times? How many times did I close it?
YouTubers, commentators, the event, just like that, I was by morning taken up by 30 seconds, stolen by the buffet of dopamine. I couldn't put it down, the endless scrolling, the constant dopamine hits. I had no control. I'd look around me, parties, gatherings, cafes, everyone was watching TikTok. I'd go online to find TikTok trending. I'd bar it wherever. I'd walk around my city to see TikTok, see ads. This was revolution. TikTok had achieved possible. No one could escape.
I think what's crazy is that in terms of size, the individual creators or whatever, they dwarfed most creators, not a span of years or decades, but in the span of fucking weeks or months, sometimes days.
See, instant entertainment, constant dopamine, unlimited content, nothing could come. TikTok was perfect.
You know what's crazy though? Yeah. Something I said last time, as I said a long time ago, is that I feel like, you know, YouTube, you have to pull out the app, right? You have to go on it. You have to go to your front page. If you don't find anything, you have to actually go to whatever. But you always have to go somewhere, right? But with TikTok and some of these apps is that you click the app icon and you're the first already in what you're looking for. The first thing you see is what you're looking for, right? And I think I've told you guys last time, a long time ago. Okay, I know you remember that take. Is that the get to the zoomers' hearts or to accelerate the growth, whatever, is to get to the stuff that people want as fast as possible, right? And the reality of it is, okay, is that they're Fortnite. That's why I said it. Stop on the menu. Putting a PvP versus PvE, save the world. Stop delaying. Stop with the long menu. Boot up the fucking game, and you give you a play button. And you know, dude, I think there was I genuinely think that they cut off their growth because of how much layers of dog shit there was before you could play the game.
And the further I went down, the more horrified. As what I'm toast at the same time, this insulted behind
this is too dramatic. This is a little dramatic. Like, holy shit, you chill the fuck out, man.
Fame. To not feel out. For success to come sooner. This is $1 billion down the bottom.
Wait, don't have $2 billion.
Constant spacing, something rate
of
cyber threat.
Guys, for analytics and whatever, the people that site use, has anybody looked into how much bots and how much emulators and non-humans make up for certain downloads or certain activity? It should be a good amount though. It should be a good fucking amount on average. I'd say up to like 20% at least.
It was the closest expressive. It was so called a creature called Byte. It was a start. Also, its first ByteDance was putting an AI system than anything seen this to make AI a priority in the race for global tech dominance. But why was China so obsessed with AI? Why was the Chinese government so involved with working with this unknown tech? To answer what Byte on this news site, there wouldn't be a Redditor's constantly, especially in the AI out the comfort having to hire to test this highly. The ByteDance released the almost headline extreme with the site gaining 10 million users. There was an issue.
What? But what does it do?
That wasn't the government's
Why are they so loud?
Core social, which meant there would have to be at least
wait, what?
Core social, which meant there would have to be at least one. That's why ByteDance went so far as to making Byte.
I don't understand how that's that correlated that much.
It's 2016 and the Chinese government is, but if it takes AI effective to,
they're constantly.
Guys, I hate to say it, but if you want to beat something, make it better. This app could have been American. This app could have been anybody. This app could have been whatever. Make a better one. Competitive market. Make a better app. Done it.
By face cameras that are able to instantly put a face to a name. Now the Chinese are also given a mark out of a possible 950 points.
I think good thing the society has to have rules. It forces us to be well behaved.
It may seem scary, but it's just like that. Used to it. Anyway, we don't have it.
There's a simple using these data points, using your tool to anticipate. It's through these sorts of social credits this government has given. But what if China used to say, "Sir, you okay?" I just pissed myself. It was in this time, which is why she needs to increase its software. What a good
We have made significant advances on theoretical and cultural fronts.
Xi Jinping announced that we should have better. And this is where, through America's spread of culture, in recent years, this is Silicon Valley, where a tiny group of billion.
Wait, competing, bro, doesn't it own like a fucking immense amount of a crazy market part in most? Yeah. They compete. They already own a massive portion of a bunch of shit.
We're a tiny group of billion.
They don't even have to compete. They already own the fucking thing.
So the hard signs of the population. To take on, the first step is to start buying.
Oh, there it is.
Sites like Reddit, because this is
fucking Rad Games or whatnot.
How could China create?
Activision Blizzard, I think a little bit.
Every single. So to figure this out, test it.
No.
So ByteDance Douyin. Or in other words, ByteDance tested out less than one less. All because of this special. It was now time for ByteDance. Next step for ByteDance. Byte would 70-year partner with the too expensive. You'd see all these.
It's not like crazy though.
So the next step for TikTok's growth was through the app. In this time, Byte was getting a foothold in from the site. These TikTok,
what?
TikTok bought up. This was musically provided. Anyone could post some content because of that gender fame using it.
Yeah, guys, like I always say, guys, I know this might be a bad take, okay, people don't like hearing, okay, but the reality is that people always addictive thing. Yeah, in my opinion, the goal is to make a better product.
For several.
Yeah, I know it sounds kind of dumb, but if somebody use it and use it more, they're making a product people want more. It's not, by extension, it makes it addictive. But I get it, but still, though, like
short. They're maybe 15 seconds or something like that. 15, 20 seconds. There's videos, and so it's just that, you know, it's almost like a little tasting menu. Fabulous. You know, you're trying this and trying that.
The reason TikTok's initial
guys, if I have a good product, do I have to morally make sure people will use it less and are less intended to use it, and it used overall less in somebody's day? I don't get it. Why that's such a bad thought to have?
Learn. Advertisers spend and oftentimes easily digested. TikTok's users all they have to garner addicting once the most catchy songs are regular.
It's meta.
Creating the cycle of addicting virality. These create the masses dopamine, but of course not all because we're users. I spoke about this to my previous basically intimate. I mentioned in this last. Yet when we tend to, and so in the case of TikTok, a video has to
chasing the dragon
for second swipe, and so I failed to give you that. You'll
guys,
finally find.
Yeah, you know, this is the same. This is the Mr. Beast formula, whatever, right? The video fucking start. It's like, hey guys, today we're gonna do this happened, this, and he's like, holy fuck, right? So you go into things in it, you know? It's how it is. It's the fucking.
But you made mermaid.
There are real consequences. TikTok's design. Researchers are only just done this. Since generations,
yeah, no shit.
Our history, with our attention reduced to that of a goldfish, and it doesn't even stop there.
The vertical scroll, which is what you have on Facebook, for example, you're scrolling up on the news feed. But what this does is, if you stop on a video and you like that video, it'll restart that video. So in a sense, you've got a horizontal scroll going on pleasurable content, and you also have a vertical scroll going.
And once the pleasure begins to
lady, is there like a neurological vision to having both scrolls at the same? Is there like some sort of fucking cosmic alignment or some shit?
And you
what does that do?
Now it'll restart that video. So in a sense, you've got a horizontal scroll going on pleasurable content, and you also have a vertical scroll.
Okay, guys. Now the chat going upward, the video
begins to dry up.
The video going sideways, and now my hand is going like this on screen. This is addiction right here, boys. Look at this shit. Like, what the fuck? What is that? I don't know what you're talking about.
Purpose
I don't get it.
You can't stop wasting. You go on the likes. This placement makes success. Why is this?
Because you're thumb. You're thumb.
Quick spot when you're browsing through the as a result, that screen is immense since away from the content. Wasting screen space is the cardinal sin.
Yep.
And so with this combination, TikTok has been able to feast, allowing because in just 3 months of TikTok.
See, you guys says it sounds like a good algorithm and good design. Nothing wrong. It's what I've been saying. It's a better product. Then.
How could
if you're mad about this, make a better product with a better algorithm and a better layout. I mean, nah. I understand the point, but just wait though. If they're gonna say, oh, dude, then ban the app, then man, and then they're gonna ban it, and you're gonna say, bro, we're censoring, bro. This is like China, bro. And it's like, oh man, but ban it, bro. Dude, there's no winning here. Like, I don't know what we want.
This why TikTok, once Facebook's TikTok's algorithm.
Okay, has anyone else noticed that your
also business-wise, why would you ban it? It is an incredible marketing tool for a lot of big companies and whatever the fuck. Whoever isn't using it for their company, they're falling behind. They're literally falling behind.
For you has been a little too accurate lately. It hasn't been things that I'll Google or I talk about. It's been thoughts.
TikTok knows everything.
This all starts literally.
And what kind of data is TikTok collecting as it runs on our phones? A heck of a lot more than you would think. Images, of course, that users post, but TikTok also collects information about the messages that you send, about the apps that you use, the other apps on your phone. It collects the sites that you visit. It collects your search history. It collects your keystrokes. It collects your location data. It stores all of this and maybe lots more.
And so using all of this, TikTok understands you better than you understand your This isn't Facebook.
But if it's what I want, is that a problem?
So this information is to tap into your bio hardwire. Now this is extreme.
Guys, I'm not dense. Is this a question bad? Dude, the guy says it gives you more of what you want. So what's the counterpoint? I guess it's always about finding a counterpoint, okay? guys, I'm not missing the point. I'm always thinking about what is the alternative? What is the solution? I was like, okay, give me what you want, okay? Then I want you to give me what I don't want. Go ahead. I don't.
It's not exact, but I promise you, it's a Chinese.
任何力量能够我们为祖国的地位，没有任何力量能够阻挡中国人民和中华民族的前进步伐。
Since China adopted the intelligence law in 2017, all Chinese citizens incumbent under a legal obligation to help intelligence, whilst also keeping any cooperation with the government.
Currently recovering from severed nerve damage in my left side of my body. Thanks for distracting me from the chronic panic.
So that happened with you, man.
Oppressing you, brother.
You got that well. Yeah, I don't just watch it, man.
A secret.
And we also know that under Chinese law, TikTok, ByteDance is required to share data with the Chinese Communist Party. Required to under Chinese law. That's not a matter of speculation. That's in the law. And it is required under Chinese law. And TikTok has admitted that it has sent user data to China.
And so with TikTok collecting so much user data, the fact that TikTok is half run by the Chinese government, and now with the passing of this new law, TikTok is beyond problem, which is why several countries have been quick to ban TikTok, along with 223 others banned by
The Indian government has banned dozens of Chinese-owned
don't use
apps over apparent security concerns. Now, the list includes the messaging service WeChat and
Holy!
the popular video
Holy!
platform TikTok.
the Indian government. This was because they were the sovereign integrity,
What,
defense,
man?
security, order. And this is why Trump signed banned TikTok. In the order, Trump said that there is credible
mass
evidence
can't-
that leads him to believe that ByteDance might take action higher than state. But with America's heated politics, Joe Biden could let Trump victory vote Trump's ban on TikTok.
Yeah,
Although-
I'm just saying that's what is the counterpoint? What is the solution? How do you fix? How do you do what? And you guys are complaining, but you're not giving
It
me.
wouldn't take long for Biden to realize this was day. He literally had to admit later on that TikTok is, quote, a matter of genuine concern. In addition to this, militaries around banned TikTok on all personal devices.
Since our last hearing on this subject, the Pentagon, the Department of State, the Department of Homeland Security, and the TSA have all banned their employees and service members from using TikTok on government devices. In fact, the Pentagon even went so far as to say that employees should have their children uninstall TikTok from their personal devices.
You may be asking, why does this matter? Why a government take biggest cyber? Or stick with
What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this clip, man? Jesus, what am I looking at, man?
The day is coming when the politicians...
No, you're right. You have to not give information to China or any other country. You have to give it only to the United States. Yeah, no, China, this country, they can't have information. You have to report directly to us, America, dude. That's how you gotta do it, dumb fuck. You do it. Give us the information instead. Like, I don't know.
Platforms are picking the next president, next congressman. They're literally picking.
This is where true power, because the people who control they are controlling the spread of program the culture. TikTok now being the most downloaded app for several consecutive years, the results have been
I'm vaccinated, caffeinated, and freshly masturbated.
on the Chinese version. All videos seen as degenerate by the Chinese government are actively. At the same time, the algorithm promotes videos of hardworking, everyday people sharing their life. As you could expect, these are generally wholesome and positive, with there being a literal section on the Chinese take positive energy to promote the party.
Chat, guys, I feel like I would farm points. Dude, I'd be a fucking point farmer, dude.
In the West,
I would spend my
TikTok
entire day
makes the
just
exact
farming.
opposite. On our version of TikTok, we're bombarded with endless insipid videos of girls shaking their ass, where we become obedient, placid consumers slumped open in front of screens. And this trend couldn't be better summed up with the rise of. In recent years, the rise of OnlyFans by the wave of videos of OnlyFans models, desperate athlete simps, to fork over the hard-earned virtual gold. Top OnlyFans creators have spoke TikTok as enabled for athletes start.
So today we are going over how you can use TikTok to get OnlyFans, okay?
We're all like the main people on OnlyFans are roughly earning the same. I think at the moment it's like
Bro.
This phenomenon wouldn't be happening anyway.
Bro, did you see Amaranth's Twitter? Bro, guys, guys, it was tough last night, okay? Guys, I had nightmares about this. What the fuck? Huh? Dude! 33 mil? 1.8 mil a month? Dude, how? Yeah, nah, she's not Richard. She's not, nah. I've been doing good. Guys,
people who influence their everyday lives. And this found that when you said you were algorithm would bombard the power is become people are starting to see TikTok's TikTok is able to lives are so much skills TikTok's core audience.
Yeah. I'm not gonna call it out, okay? But I think people need to realize, okay, that Amaranth is one of the modern examples, okay, of the hardcore farming everything right to a crisp, right? And you know what? I respect her. You know why? Because she's deliberate about it. She shows what she's doing. She shows the maneuver she's doing. She shows the result of it without hiding it. And she tells you, hey, bro, I'm farming the fuck out of you, man. And she's just doing it it's so deliberate. So it's like, how is that not a good example? She maxed out the algorithm, and the only one who maxes out every system and works pretty hard, right? shows you she's doing it. So I mean, how can you not respect that? I mean,
TikTok users are being toxic society. But of course, these trends are manifesting far worse. The spread of political disinformation and serious concern. This first became apparent on the West. Pro-Hong Kong posts, CCC posts, pro-Tibet content, and anything spreading awareness was. And this concern takes a further serious turn. Recent reports that Zenu Data, which has reported links to the Chinese military and intelligence, has collected personal data of 2.4 million people outside of China. With pretty much all of this data being sourced from TikTok, former editor of Hong Kong Economic Journal wrote reaching offices there. He went on to explain that while China's moved to establish physical foothold, China's quote soft power just until recent, where China is using highly developed powerful algorithms. It's for this reason why ByteDance 10,000 cents. Now I already know some of, but when you look into China's history, you start to realize how daunting the city is.
China is also notorious for using its big tech companies to track and predict the behavior of its own citizens. As seen in this 60 Minutes from last year, China's state is to become leader in artificial intelligence by 2030. Senator Hawley fears China is
predict behavior. Like, bro, you look, your eyebrow movement, you're gonna rob a bank in fucking 6 months. You're going to jail for fucking attempted robbery. Done fucking
doing the same thing here. Just last February, the Department of Justice charged 4 Chinese military hackers with stealing records from the credit reporting agency Equifax, affecting 145 million Americans, almost half the country. China has been caught hacking the second largest American health insurance, the agency that stores information about all employees, even records from the Marriott hotel chain. Hawley says TikTok is just the friendly face of Chinese data harvesting. So what would the Chinese Communist Party do with all this information?
Build dossiers.
Because I like these videos, but I don't know.
Profiles on every American who.
A lot of bold statements, and I kind of wish they elaborate more about a lot of these points, but like it's like I don't know.
Chinese government be interested in the financial history, hundreds of millions of Americans. What are they going to do with that?
I'm not in denial. I try to know more about it. That's all.
They thought it was very, very useful.
It begins to make sense. During the Communist Revolution, Mao became infamous for conquering the countryside to capture the city. This method was used not only for Mao's communist revolution, but also for Mao's domination.
I don't even use that much.
Was seen as the city and the world's less developed. This is why in recent years, China has gained a strong foothold across, and now the frontier is to gain a strong foothold. Because if you can control the culture, you control the. And as Xi declared, it is time to quote, dare to draw the shining sword.
That is true.
So while the West becomes addicted to TikTok, where the West is
and a big part of our culture now is meme. Control the memes, control the people. That's how it is. Literally
reduced to that of a goldfish, where people can't go 5 minutes without checking their phone, absorbed by TikTok degeneracy, where we are having our brains literally rewired. China in there to prepare.
It sounds dumb, but it's how it is.
压迫奴役我们，谁妄想这样干？
Wait, is this a correct translation? What was that? Huh?
压迫奴役我们，谁妄想这样干？必将在14多亿中国人民用血肉铸成的钢铁长城面前。
And today, this process is being catalyzed by Xi Jinping's, which entails the banning of effeminate sissy men on TV, banning excessive video games, teaching children Xi Jinping's school of thought, teaching children how to quit, having schools have distinct masculine and feminine schools. And today, it is now mandatory for Chinese students to read The Art of War. And as you'd expect, this has come with rampant military propaganda.
Bro, what is that on the head? Is this like it's red means like low burn activity or whatever?
And as you'd expect, this
or
has
yellow
come with
meaning good or green
military propaganda.
Guys, is that, man? What is that, dude? Okay, I mean, okay. Guys, let's not act like America doesn't do this, okay? Let's not act like the American continent doesn't do the same shit as that. Come on now.
So while the West is swamped by visual diarrhea of grotesque TikTok videos promoting crime, degeneracy, and the CCP, the Chinese are trained to become stoic with a warlike inoculated.
See, guys, she's blue bar. The ones who are red and orange. These guys are green. They're popping off.
Warlike inoculated. This stark contrast between the Chinese version of TikTok and ours serves to highlight how effective TikTok is in psychological weapons that have been used throughout history. From the Persians using cats as a psychological Egyptian, to Alexander the Great enforcing Greek code, to the British and using their global media networks to control. These psychological experiments, from the nods, slip by under the public's noses.
Dude!
But now in our...
Imagine you're wearing one of these headbands and it says how much your attention is focused, whatever the fuck, and when it goes low, or when you're dozing off and you're just gonna Okay, daydreaming it. Teacher has like a panel, and it says row 3, slot 4. Is it? Hey yo, run! Wake the fuck up, motherfucker! Wake up! And she only knew because she has the fucking geography. And
these tech more and more advanced. And right, the most dangerous site face is TikTok. According to US military, attacking the enemy's site is a part strategy. The Chinese strategy was the foundation, so it shouldn't be any surprise why the art of war is mandatory. But then this all begs the question: why is China going to all of this
display?
Effort?
Same thing.
All the government employees, high-tech algorithms, all the social engineering, all the spying. Why is China so desperate to... Well, like all like...
Wait, what was that? Hold up.
All the spying. Why is China so desperate...
Bro, what is he showing him? Bro.
Well, like all psychological weapons, there's only one reason for their use: to destroy the enemy.
Wrong screen. Oh, both computers.
Before I began, TikTok's growth was never of TikTok's scene, because somehow in just I went from knowing to see my friends, family, and self all become enveloped back. We were in blissful ignorant to a force that grew now reaching. Since the Cold War, the idea of war was always thrown. Throughout this time, civil wars, skirmishes, propaganda all created the sense of uncertainty. But this feeling was never existent. Our enemies were always the underdogs. They were poorer, and so mainstream, just this hidden, mysterious, far from the clutch. And when this tense time finally, people felt like the threat of war just a fantasy off. It was something to talk about for fun.
You guys are crank? I mean, this is going a little bit crazy mode now.
But it was never anything we couldn't. At the same time, we fueled China. We bought their cheeks, their material. In just a matter of decades, China went from being a third world 90 billion to having a GDP of 12 trillion, number now fast over to this growth. Admittedly, we knew this was, but none of us had. China's just that place we make our life. So over the years, we shipped off our entire economy to China. Banking moguls on Wall Street propped up the China billions in investment. Elected officials in the UK did their part by selling out these core infrastructure and national energy grid to China. Talking heads and washed their part by telling the public that the real threat to the West was Putin and his army of Macedonian troops. And us, we bought into China's surveillance tech and downloaded it because we were in our own little bubble. Our main concern was celebrity.
Blam. Bro, what the fuck is this?
But like, that's all the lips sad for something.
This is what got Greek.
What does this entail? Well, as you can imagine, it's not something hard. China's world-dominant policy body. For decades now, China was just another capitalist dissolving its ideology Marxism. But this couldn't be any further from the China's intent has acquired physical control possible. And China has gained the physical. Now China is controlling. And so it's no just TikTok suddenly took over the site Z. And that's the genius. China is engaging. He didn't even realize we were a part of China territorially, secretly building up its
Top U.S. military officer General Mark Milley provided the first official U.S. confirmation of what he called a, quote, very concerning Chinese hypersonic weapons test that military experts say appears to show Beijing's pursuit of an Earth-orbiting system designed to evade American missile defenses.
China's now got the largest training its youth. China has infiltrated the West with countless spies that have slept with the heads of the national security.
A bombshell new report says a suspected Chinese spy targeted California politicians. And one of her biggest targets was Bay Area Representative Eric Swalwell.
China is universities and schools. Now China is culture. It took until 2020 bubble burst. He had been plagued. A sudden novel virus in China.
TikTok. Video about TikTok.
Realization of the
fucking submarines and shit.
We were finally has taken until today when governments are beginning to wake up. Dawning realize is no longer a fantasy. Our government has considered realizing China are in hostage. China is China is developing technology never seen before.
Oh my god, guys! I thought it was about fucking TikTok, man. Okay, this is going off the fucking rails.
China is now not only engaging in skirmishes, but is now send fight as a last resort. Our government war, but perhaps it's too
interesting. I'm not watching. Enjoyed it. Guys, I enjoyed the more informative part of the video. Just talking about like the is that the headband? Okay. Well, I guess we don't have internet.